Hello YouTube, Moose Cow here, back with our final recap for this game of BBR. This is our second game of BBR, and we played to round 9, so this would be the top of round 10. It was a very eventful round, so much that decided the game. I realized I forgot to dump the casualty bin in the previous video, so this is the contents of the boneyard dish from round 8 and 9. 8 was not super eventful, but anyway, here you go. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. All right. All right. Okay. A lot of stuff in there. Okay. How eventful was this? Quite a bit. Anyway, let's go on to it. It's pretty late at night, so I'll try to make this quick. Germany took the fast movers and went down and took Ukraine, securing the resource there, as well as sending units up to Urals. But look at that. I was able to push back with Russia and retake not only Urals but Nemensia and secure Volgograd. I also took Smolensk back with all the units there. Basically cut him off with any chance that he had to retake this, because at most this game could only go one more round. So I was able to cut him off here. He did not. We were expecting him to completely go into either Smolensk or Volgograd. I would have gone into Volgograd with everything he had, because he had overwhelming odds. But he decided to split up and go after he decided not to go after Moscow and go after the resource points instead. And I think that cost him the game, honestly. Or that was one of the things he did that cost him the game this round. But I was able to retaliate as Russia and cut him off. And he can't get Stalingrad in one round. He can't get the resource points in one round. Just can't do it. He fortified Germany and France. Backing up one little thing, here we go. We had two interesting developments on the tech charts. The US got heavy bombers and the UK got improved transports. Real quick while I'm over here, this is about where we're at on the income tracker. But basically, so yeah, Russia was able to retaliate and defend itself. He bombed Russia, but I didn't build any units there. I just built units in Samara and Stalingrad. Built tanks and artillery. Japan was a whole nother thing. Russia declared war on Japan this turn. Not that anything happened between the two. The Mongolian border is still not violated, but Russia did it. Well, you know, might as well mention it. There was a Chinese unit and a American unit in Yunnan. And he, for some reason, I don't understand why, he only went into Yunnan with 2 artillery and 2 infantry. And Yunnan held. There was 2 against 4, and Yunnan held. The Chinese infantry was lost, and Yunnan held, defeating all 4 infantry. Rick normally does not roll well with 2s, but this time he did. And he got eliminated 4 Japanese units and withheld. I don't know. I mean, I get it. He figured we would probably push back, but I think it would have been in his best interest to take Yunnan, because that's costing him the full China VP. You know. Down off the coast of Borneo, the ANZAC fleet. He crushed the ANZAC fleet that secured Borneo, but he did not invade Borneo. He invaded the Philippines with, in my opinion, way too many units. Killed the transport that was there. There were 2 ANZAC infantry, and he went way too heavy on that, and he should have attacked Borneo as well. And because he didn't, that gave ANZAC time to fly more units in there. Let's see. Yeah, and then because he only built so many transports this turn, so he has 2 transports here, 4 transports here. So his range then is limited to here. He didn't build any transports this turn. He's not in a position anymore to take Wake Island or Midway or any of that, or Johnston, or he could get Johnston Island, but you know, it is what it is. Japan, for a game where Japan took none of the money islands, Mike did a really good job overall. Japan was very strong this game. He rarely attacked with Japan, and I think part of that was a little bit of indecisiveness on his part, but he was very cautious, and that also made it so that we could almost never attack him, even though he was never in the money islands. We were never at a point where we could attack him. He always just was so built up here. And as you can see, ANZAC was wiped. However, now that Canada is shuffling units over here, as he pointed out, the Navy that he eliminated over here is almost at half power again. ANZAC has been able to build another battleship. Again, ANZAC built a battleship. ANZAC lost a carrier too. ANZAC lost a carrier, but you know, it doesn't matter too much with shipyards. Doesn't matter as much, you know. The U.S. has fortified in the Pacific, has a mass in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I mean, Japan's secure for the time being, but it is what it is. Manchuria has a ton of units, but it doesn't matter. He didn't go for Siberia with the transports that he had. He had a few transports up here, and he could have gone for that resource point, and I backed units up there, but he didn't. He prevented Russia from invading from Tunguska into Kansu. The units there went to attack up here, and so forth. As Germany, I had a mech and a tank in Novosibirsk, and he target selected both of them with these attack bombers and killed both of them. So that was something that happened. And this line just held and held and grew with more UK units. Now here's the biggest thing that happened in this game. The biggest thing that happened in this game by far. So he pretty much left a small amount of Italian units in Rome. He backed almost everything up to northern Italy, brought a bunch of Germans down, brought the Germans he had down here up to northern Italy, congregated in northern Italy, and we knew what he was doing. The idea was that he had thought we were just going to attack Rome, and then all that would switch to Germany, and he would have control over all of it. Well, America went first this round and went straight for northern Italy, straight for the throat, and America did actually a very good job. Again, America had heavy bombers. At first we forgot to roll for them, but we incorporated it, and it's all good. America has heavy bombers, and then air transported, and actually barely managed to knock out all of the Italian and German units in northern Italy. Then UK went in and decimated Rome, and then fortified northern Italy, and then France fortified northern Italy with the fighter that it could, and so forth. All this stuff is congregated down here. I realize it's very much of a mess. I'm sorry. I don't like to chip out my naval units or my air units. It is what it is. I will say, though, however, all these U.S. bombers and air transports that are in the Sahara here, those are all in Sicily. So this is what we got. Pardon my shadow. So there are, let's see, I got 2 tanks, 2 artillery, 2 infantry, and southern Italy, I had also, jet fighters. I attacked with all my air force, and then I fortified northern Italy, landing in there and such. It was overkill. The Italians were wiped, and the Italians were quickly recruited to the Allied cause, as you can see with my, Italian markers rather than the fascist roundels. But it kind of didn't matter too much for us. It's pretty much the exact opposite of last game, because the only thing that flipped, once we flipped Italy, the only thing that flipped is that Eastern Poland went back to Russia. A few air units became German. Two fighters, one strategic bomber, and one AAA became German that were Italian in Western Germany. Other than that, there wasn't anything else that was Italian on the board. So Italy is not Super Mario Italy, like in our past first game when we did that. Very much different. Italy is going to have to, in the course of this game, Italy will have to build up, but we have flipped Italy. We did it. We took Rome and we took northern Italy, so there's no chance that he can get southern Italy in one more turn. There's no chance. And that's what I think he was lining up to do. He thought we would take the bait and just go into southern Italy, but that was a critical mistake. We took both and we decimated it. There was one round of combat that Rick had where he rolled I want to say 13 dice and he got 11 hits, something like that. It was crazy. I think that was the second round after the bombers pulled out too. Absolutely crazy. That actually, it turned out better than I thought it would, honestly. But sure enough, we got it. We got Italy. So this is what the VP points are looking like for the Axis. Right now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we won another round, he would need 14. If we go to 10th round, he'll need 14. And he could maybe get 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He could maybe get 3 more. That's not enough. So all of his victory points besides our cities, besides the Atlantic Wall, he could maybe get the Pacific Islands. He can maybe get China back. He can maybe get World Oil 4 out of 10. But ultimately it won't matter. He's not going to get Moscow. He's not going to get Stalingrad. He's not going to get the resource points now. All of his transports are down here, a little shy away from invading Siberia. And he can't get here in one turn now. So, despite all odds, I think it's safe to say the Axis got cold feet this game. And we have ourselves an Allied victory. The cost of many, many lives of plastic soldiers. So, anyway, we can't wait to play again. Play a third BBR, but this time we will absolutely change up who's playing who. Maybe we'll get somebody else in on the game to not have a 3-player game. We would love to have a 4-player game. But anyway, until then, this is our game of BBR. We have enjoyed it immensely. Mike was actually demanding another re-challenge because this time I want to win. But we're like, no, dude, you had us play the Allies twice, same sides even. If anything, we got to play the Axis and you got to play the Allies, because he was kind of complaining several times, like, I don't see how the Axis is going to win. And I'm like, oh, I can see how the Axis can win. So it's all about how you look at the board, So cheers. And keep rolling the dice and do what we did and roll the dice better.